This is your one and only ☆81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today I'm going to show you how you can easily get infinite gold and more in Baldur's Gate 3. Let's get to it. So before you can do this, you're gonna need a little bit of setup. So first off, I advise being at least level 4. You are also going to need at least 200 gold, which should be relatively easy to get a hold of, and that is so you can buy your hireling and respec it. Once you are level 4, you are going to go over to Withers and you are going to hire a hireling. I highly advise using a hireling because these are throwaway characters, as well as the fact that you can get the specific traits from halfling that we want that make this much easier to do. You could use one of your normal party members for this, but I would advise against it. But if you really want to, go for it. From what I can tell, it looks like we all get the same hireling options. The hireling that I'm selecting in this video is the one that you want to hire. She comes as a bard, but we are going to respec her into a rogue. The reason we are selecting this specific hireling is because it is a lightfoot halfling. Halflings get the lucky ability, which allows them to re-roll the dice if they roll a 1. And light-footed halflings get advantages for stealth. Now let's talk about leveling this new halfling. So your first level to level 2 is going to get you some super handy extra abilities. When you hit the level 3 level up, you get to select your subclass. You want to select the subclass Thief. This gets us an additional bonus action. You may think that this is not very strong, but this is actually insanely OP, and you'll see why here in a minute. Once you get to level 4, you are going to get to select your first feat, and that first feat is going to be ability improvements. You are going to put 2 points into dexterity. This should bring your dexterity to 19. After that's all done, take your potions that you came with and your scroll or scrolls of Revivify and put those somewhere in your camp. You're not going to need them. After you've completed all of those steps, you want to make sure you hit G to ungroup your party. Make sure you have your brand new halfling rogue thief selected, and you are going to head over to the Emerald Grove. Right in the entrance of the Emerald Grove is a shopkeep. His name's Aaron. Aaron is just begging to be stolen from. He has his back turned to us, looking at a wall, and he is a perfect target. Do note that this whole tactic that I'm about to show you should work on any isolated or semi-isolated shopkeep. So what you are going to do is hit C on your keyboard in order to go into stealth, and then you are going to walk up and pickpocket him. Make sure you stay behind him while you are doing this. The first thing you're probably going to want to go for is his large pile of gold. You can pull this off, but it takes a lot of effort. It is much easier to steal a bunch of the easier to steal items first. And I'll explain why here in a second and how that works to your benefit. But first, I want to talk about what happens if you get caught. If you get caught, it triggers dialogue. It gives you a few different options. Choose the option to fight. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, why would we want to fight him? He's going to absolutely destroy us. No, he will not. And you are not going to kill him either. Dealing with this is very, very simple to do. First thing you're going to do is disengage. Get as far away from him as you possibly can. Now's where the fun part comes. First off, we're a rogue, so we have super handy rogue bonus actions, and we get to use 2 of them. The first thing you are going to do is you are going to hide. Then you are going to dash. You are going to move as far away from your hide spot as you possibly can with that dash ability. That is going to leave a ghost image where you initially hid. He will walk over to the ghost image and attempt to find you. You should pass all of these saving throws and stay hidden. Once his turn is over, the fight should end. If it does not, you want to dash again and move as far away from him as you possibly can. That is provided you stayed hidden. If you did not stay hidden, you want to rinse and repeat your first set of actions. If you have to disengage, disengage, move away, hide, dash. Eventually, he will fail all of his checks to attempt to find you. Once this is done and the fight is over, all you need to do is go back over and try to steal from him again. Now, if you took damage, I highly advise just stealing his health pots, drinking them all, and recovering all of your health. When you do successfully steal from him, you want to move as far away from him as you possibly can, as quickly as you possibly can. Do not steal more than one item at a time. The reason for this is because shortly after you steal, he will realize that someone has been in his pockets and he will attempt to look for you. If he finds you, you have to do the whole fight and run action all over again. And we want to avoid doing that as much as possible because it eats up time. Now let's talk about getting that large pile of gold from him. So the more expensive an item is that you are trying to steal, the higher you are going to need to roll in order to get that item. That is why grabbing a large pile of gold is going to need something like a 16, 17, 18, something like that. Ideally, what you want to do is grab a bunch of the cheaper items, a lot of the cheaper armor, weapons, what have you, steal 3, 4, 5 of them, go back to camp and drop them off. Then you want to grab the character you have in camp that has the highest charisma possible. Make sure that there is never more than one person at a time in the Emerald Grove. If you are trading, you want to make sure only your trader's there. If you're stealing, make sure your thief is the only one that's there. The easiest way I found to do this is when you are in the camp, if you group everybody up and then ungroup everybody, it should leave everybody in the camp, or you can directly teleport to the camp from the map menu. Otherwise, another option is to just leave everybody outside the Emerald Grove near the teleport point. Once you have your highest charisma person, and the reason you want the highest charisma person is because higher charisma gets you better trade deals, grab all of the items that you stole and you are going to go back to Emerald Grove with just that character and sell his stolen goods back to him. This will lower the amount of total gold that he has till it gets to a point where it's much easier to steal that large pile of gold. Then just steal the large pile of gold and anything else that you want in the process. Once you are all done, you can force him to restock by just sleeping through the night, so a long rest. And you can rinse and repeat this whole thing over and over again as much as you want to get all of the items that you want and completely kit out your entire party, as well as a ridiculous amount of gold. The other thing that you can do to maximize your time and amount of profit is once you have stolen all of his gold, you can re-steal all of the items that you've been selling to him, and any of them that you do not want to keep, you can sell to any of the other shopkeepers there in the Emerald Grove. Do all of this before you sleep, and this is going to maximize your profits. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, but FireSpark, isn't that going to use up all of my food if I just continue to rinse and repeat this over and over again, sleeping through the night? And no, it won't, because Aaron often has a bunch of food on him and the full camping kits that give you a full 40 food worth of food. So before you sleep, just make sure you steal one of those kits or all of the food that is on him. From what I can tell, there is absolutely zero penalty to this at all. You can steal from him and make him angry at you, immediately hide and run away. If he catches you, come right back and steal from him again and get caught 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many times in a row, and continue to just run from him over and over and over again. I advise always running towards the door, and that is because it puts you further away from the townspeople and everybody that can see what is going on. And if he does happen to down your person, you can quickly go and grab one of your other party members, run right into the beginning of town, and pick up your thief. Your thief will be at 1 hit point, but Aaron will reset, and you can just easily run back in there, steal all of his health pots, heal your thief back up, and continue to rob him blind. Thief rogues are absolutely broken. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you found this video helpful and informational. If you did, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other Baldur's Gate videos. And if you're looking for some more Baldur's Gate content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.